This month's safety training is focusing on ladder safety because let's face it, ladders seem to cause people to place themselves at risk. And most of us have had an exciting experience on a ladder that we would just really rather not relive. Yes, there are more than 164 emergency room related injuries in the U.S. each year. So let's step up and discuss the three main causes of accidents on ladders. The two are the most common causes for these types of accidents, and they include overreaching and missing that last rung. Essentially, trying to do too much and not paying attention, respectively. Okay, the third cause of ladder injuries is simply due to people using them incorrectly. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, ladder deaths accounted for 161 on-the-job fatalities in 2020. Now, that was the most recent year for which those statistics are available, but that same year, there were 22,710 ladder-related workplace injuries, an injury that has remained, or a statistic that has remained relatively consistent the past several years. The point is, ladder safety is a serious topic with a staggering cost to business and even worse, impact on families that lose loved ones. And roughly just 6 years ago, of those that participated in a 2016 survey conducted by the American Ladder Institute about ladder safety, 75.7% of the participants felt that ladder accidents in their workplace could have been avoided with, proper ladder safety training. Okay, so considering those staggering statistics, let's jump into 6 super important ladder safety rules. 1, make sure the job is safe for the ladder you're using. Use the proper ladder for the job, and make sure the ladder is safe to use. 4, properly secure your ladder before using it. And 5, keep 3 points of contact when climbing ladders. 6, it's better to hoist tools and materials versus carrying them with one hand, and with one hand on the ladder. Okay, now you should take a moment to, let's dive a little bit deeper into this. Each of these rules. Ladder rules number 1, make sure the job is safe for ladder use. You want to choose a firm, level surface for the ladder for it to be capable to have all 4 legs spread, and ensure that around the base is clear of debris and is clean. This is important because dust, sand, and dirt on the work surface can cause the ladder feet to slide. Now that ladder rule number 2, we want to use the proper ladder for the job. You should always check the weight capacity on the ladder you select. Don't use one that is not rated to hold you and any equipment you are using. Also, keep in mind that you do not use a metal ladder near power lines or electrical equipment. That ladder rule number 3, make sure the ladder is safe to use by inspecting for visible defects prior to use. A quick mental checklist would consist of checking for structural damage, like split or bent side rails, missing or damaged rungs and steps or cleats, those spreader supports, check on those, and the feet. Make sure the ladder is free of grease, dirt, or other contaminants that could cause slips or falls. If you see paint or stickers, except for those warning safety labels, that could hide possible defects, you want to look a little closer and see if the ladder passes. If it does not pass inspection, take the defective ladder out of service immediately and destroy it. The proper way to dispose of a ladder is to cut it down the center of the rungs so it cannot be used by anyone. And it's likely you are not the one to destroy a ladder. So report the issue to your coordinator and request that the safety department, that they will appropriately tag the ladder and have it taken out of service. Okay, ladder rule number 4, properly secure your ladder before using. It's important to properly secure your ladder before using it. Can't say that enough. By doing so, you secure it from tipping over by either tethering it or by having another person hold on to that ladder for you. And ladder rule number 5, keep 3 points of contact when climbing. Always have 2 hands and 1 foot, or 1 foot and 2 feet, or 1 hand and 2 feet on a ladder at all times. You want to climb your ladder facing it, and do that seatbelt buckle rule. Keep your hips inside of the railings. And lastly, ladder rule number 6, never carry tools in your hands while climbing up or down the ladder. It's better to carry tools in a tool belt or hoist them up using a hand line, not a landline. Okay, now it's time to cover important practices when choosing your ladder. When choosing your ladder, you want to choose a tall enough ladder so you have enough ladder above you to hold on to. Best practice, allow for 3 feet or 3 rungs of overage on extension ladders to provide a holding point when getting on or off. Also, you want to be aware of the amount of ladder above and below where the ladder is leaned against. This should not be equal, and a shorter ladder may be required. Okay, always secure extension ladders, no matter how long it is or how high you are. You want to secure your ladder from side tip over and from the base kicking out. Do this by either tethering or having another person hold the ladder for you, or by using blocking methods at the base. And remember to always move the ladder as required to reach the work without overreaching. Yeah, watch out for that. Now it's time to talk about the selection of portable ladders and extension ladders versus those self-supporting ladders where there is no support or structure available to lean the ladder against. A self-supporting A-frame ladder is your best option. First and foremost, there must be a level surface capable of evenly supporting all 4 legs. And when using a step ladder, ensure that it's about 3 feet shorter than the highest point you have to reach. Okay, self-supporting ladders, they are the best option where there is no support structure, obviously. Okay, so lean the ladder. There must be a level floor surface capable of evenly supporting all 4 legs. And as mentioned before, maintain 3 points of contact when climbing up and down, and follow those 6 basic ladder rules at all times. Okay, this is a good time to review a few more rules that apply when using an A-frame ladder. Oh, and when using a step ladder, ensure that it's about 3 feet shorter than the highest point you have to reach. Okay, so number 1, do not climb on an A-frame ladder that's leaning against a wall. Always secure an A-frame ladders when you are above the 5th rung, and do not stand above the 2nd to the top tread or sit on the top cap. And 4, if your knees are above the top step, then you're too high. Okay, this has been great, and we are wrapping it up with extension ladders. An extension ladder or straight ladder is used to access a higher level. It must provide even contact of both rails against a solid surface, and must be of sufficient length to allow a minimum of 3 feet above that surface, and the ladder's base ought to be placed far enough away horizontally to put the ladder at a 75.5 degree angle. A few more tips to keep top of mind with extension ladders are: never stand on or above the 3rd highest rail of an extension ladder. The ladder's top should rest evenly on the 2 rails. Position the ladder so that the heel of your palm comfortably reaches the side rails with your toes at the base. Use the 4-to-1 ratio, or use the toes at the base and the fingertips at the closest rung to this test. Okay, here are a few questions to ask yourself before using a ladder. Is this the correct ladder for the job? Can you use an aerial lift or scissor lift instead? Is it safe for you to use a ladder? any ladder. Is there enough clearance? Is this the right ladder for the job? Is this the correct type of ladder for the job? Meaning, is this ladder tall enough to safely reach the work area? Excuse me. Is the ladder safe? Is the ladder in good repair? Is the ladder set up correctly? Is your self-supporting ladder set on even ground with spreader bars opened fully? Is your extension ladder set up with the proper 75-degree angle, with the rails reaching that 3 feet beyond your step off point and secured at the bottom or top? Always be mindful of the manufacturers, companies, and OSHA's safe use requirements. Did you read the warning stickers and the labels that are on the ladder? Do you know what your company's and OSHA's safe use requirements are? Okay, and speaking of securing a ladder, think about how you are going to secure your ladder and why. Two main issues to address are the ladder tipping over sideways and the base of that ladder kicking out. If you use that 4-to-1 ratio, the ladder should not tip over backwards. In this picture, the ladder is secured from sideways slides with the sides of the structural support. So the PUD is used to secure the base from kicking out. Okay, it's time to quickly review our key ladder takeaways. We've made sure the job is safe for ladder use, and we're using the proper ladder for the job. We've ensured the ladder is safe to use and properly secure. I think I'm repeating myself again We will maintain 3 points of contact when climbing and hoist materials and tools rather than carrying them up, so we can maintain that 3 points of contact. In closing, remember, every step matters, from step tools to extension ladders. So make sure you're putting your right foot forward. I'm Safety Kate. Thanks for watching.